Nut Shack. It's the Nut Shack. It's the Nut Shack. It's the Nut Shack.
Hey guys, Adriel here. Since my last Iceberg video did somewhat well, I've decided to make another one. Also, I don't plan on rushing this video like I did last time, so hopefully it's actually decent length. Anyways, today I'll be looking at the bad animation Iceberg, made by Reddit user, sorry if I'm pronouncing this incorrectly, Diaz, I don't know, I'm really sorry if I'm not pronouncing that correctly. Before we start the video, I'd just like to add that if you enjoyed the video, please be sure to at least consider sharing, liking, and subscribing. It would be greatly appreciated. And with that out of the way, here is the bad animation Iceberg. The Emoji Movie. The Emoji Movie. I'm sure you all remember it. This is what the fucking Popeye the Sailor movie was canceled for. As most of you probably already know, the Emoji Movie is about emojis. Yeah, there's not much to say about it. Nothing wrong with using emojis or anything, despite what the average Redditor would lead you to believe. Anyways, it's just a bad, boring movie, an obvious cash grab, plain and simple, and the reviews show it as well. Food Fight. The case of Food Fight is a sad one. Despite the way it looks, the film actually had a decent budget. So what the hell happened? Well, the movie was released in 2012, but originally was planned to be released in 2003. Apparently less than 12 months before the planned theatrical release date, the hard drives containing most of the unfinished assets for the movie had been stolen. Once production for the film resumed, the animation went from computer animation to motion capture. After a few more production issues, this is the movie we got.
You despise me, don't you?
Wait a second. Why is this on the bad animation Iceberg exactly? Killer Bean is a masterpiece. If you haven't seen it already, turn this video off and go watch it right now. It's amazing. I'll put the link in the description. Please go watch it. The Annoying Orange Show. The Annoying Orange Show was, you guessed it, a show dedicated to the internet celebrity, The Annoying Orange. The show sucked ass. But believe it or not, I actually loved this show when I was little. I used to rewatch the series finale over and over and over again. And I honestly blame this show for the way I turned out. The Problem Solvers. The Problem Solvers was a cartoon series that originally ran on Cartoon Network for a short-lived 2 seasons. The show was heavily judged from the start, with people critiquing the ugly art style, shit humor, and terrible use of colors.
I'm sure it's not that noticeable.
Arctic Dogs. Oh yeah, we're getting into Canadian animation now. Arctic Dogs was a movie that released. That's it. Yeah, this was actually the first entry in the Iceberg that I don't have any prior knowledge of. Reason being is because the movie completely fucking bombed, barely making even a fifth of its $50 million budget. As expected from badly animated films, it was critiqued for its cliche story, bad animation, voice acting, humor, and characters. Berserk 2016. The 2016 animated adaptation of the popular manga series Berserk was clowned upon release for its uncanny CG animation. Though some people didn't mind the animation, a majority of people hated it. Dingo Pictures. Dingo Pictures is an animation company that is well known for their mockbusters, aka films solely created to trick the consumer into buying what looks to just be a normal film, but it turns out it's a cheaply made ripoff of the film they originally wanted. They've made what some consider to be some of, if not the worst animated films ever made, including hits like King of the Animals, Aladdin, and Lion and the King. Secret Mountain Fort Awesome. That title is way too long, so for my sake I'll call it Fort Awesome for the rest of the video. Fort Awesome is an animated series released on Cartoon Network and was supposed to kinda be a spin-off of Uncle Grandpa. As the first season aired, it slowly declined in viewers, and after the second season premiere, the show was pulled from the network and the rest of the episodes were released on iTunes. Many people critiqued it for its art style, and to be honest, yeah, it's pretty ugly. Norm of the North. Okay, alright, so I actually watched this film upon release, which was probably like maybe like 3 or 4 years ago, maybe 5. So I'll try to explain why it was bad without researching anything at all, alright? Okay, boring plot. I remember like every single character was annoying. The animation was ass. Oh yeah, and the bargain bin minions, those were the worst part of the film. Ratatouille. Ratatouille was a mockbuster created to ride off the coattails of the Pixar film Ratatouille. I know we've already mentioned bad animation a decent amount of times in this video already, but I cannot stress enough how shit the animation is in this film. They somehow went below the bare minimum. If you want a more in-depth look into the film's flaws and whatnot, I recommend watching I Hate Everything's video and Schaeferless video on it as well. I still don't know how to pronounce his channel name. Holy shit. What's up? Once again, not much to say about this mockbuster. You probably already guessed, but this film is a ripoff of Pixar's Up. Once again, if you want a more in-depth look, check out I Hate Everything's video on it. X-Arm. X-Arm is unfortunately another manga adaptation that was screwed over by CG animation. The first trailer for the anime was immediately hit with backlash due to the animation and was slammed with more negative Jesus, talking like a fucking baby today. With more negative criticism after censoring a same-sex kiss. So yeah, this anime is doing pretty well. This anime just started airing probably like a few days ago, so that's nice. Caroline. What? Wait, I'm so confused. Is this talking like a different movie with the same title? Why is this on the list? Sir Billy, that's a weird name. Also known as Guardian of the Highlands here in the US, Sir Billy is a 2012 British computer animated film. Fun fact, this is Scotland's first CGI feature film, so that's good for them, I guess. Another fun fact is that this film had a budget of £15 million and apparently made $15K in the box office. I honestly feel so fucking bad. The film was directed by Sasha Hartman, sorry if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, and produced by him and his wife, and I can only imagine how much hard work they put into the film just for it to bomb terribly. The Wild. The Wild was a Canadian anime... Do I even have to say anymore? Seriously, I keep trying to tell you guys. They're all doomed to fail. Anyways, jokes aside, upon release, the film was shamed for its mediocre and painfully average story, along with its animation. I don't believe this film was necessarily atrocious, but compared to Disney's standard, it was way below the fucking bar. The Nut Shack. You know, this show isn't actually too complex or anything, so I'm just gonna play a bit of the intro, and I'll just let you decide for yourself why this show is on the Iceberg.
It's the Nut Shack. 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 It's the Nut Shack.
Ghost Stories. Once again, not sure why this one is on the Iceberg. Ghost Stories is a masterpiece. For those of you who don't know, Ghost Stories is an anime that's infamous for its English dub.
The only person I've had sex with is my babysitter.
Run! She's a ghost and a bitch!
Oh, perfect. It's in Japanese. Jingchao no ning tao. Wait, that's Chinese. Luckily, I can read.
I unironically love it so much, and if you're bored and if you're just like hanging out with friends one day, you should totally give it a watch. It's hilarious. It's amazing. Rhapsody Street Kid. wait, no. Please, no. Please don't remind me. No. Rhapsody Street Kids. This film was such a bomb that in the last video it caused me to have a mental breakdown, and it also only aired once, making it a piece of lost media for a decent amount of time. Little Cars. This film was made by Video Branquedo, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, aka the same guys responsible for What's Up and Ratatouille. This film is a ripoff of the Pixar movie Cars, and like all the other Video Branquedo films, it's known for its just overall bad production quality. Released in 2008, Delago was slammed on release with critics judging the God, I cannot speak, Jesus. Uncanny CG. Today, this film is known for being the lowest grossing animated film, only making $900K in the box office.
Shit look like it belong in Fortnite.
Pinocchio 3000. I watched this movie when I was little. I didn't like this movie. I don't want to talk about it.
Stop showing me pictures of gay black dudes kissing. Stop it! It's turning me on.
Midori no Hibi. Yeah. Yeah. Trollland. Made by the same people who brought us Sharknado. Trollland is, what some of you may have already guessed, a ripoff of the DreamWorks movie Trolls, but instead of just normal CG animation, it's mocap animated, and among many is considered the worst animated film ever. Finding Jesus, Joshua in the Promised Land, and Shrinsky in the Mysterious House. These are the last 3 entries on this tier of the iceberg, and I decided to just go ahead and cover all 3 at once because at the end of the day, they're all just bad animated Christian movies. These 3 films have all of the fun, bad animated Christian movie cliches, which include but aren't limited to morally questionable lessons, stereotypes, and most importantly, shit animation. 12-Ounce Mouse. Here's another entry on the iceberg that I'm actually familiar with because I remember watching it when I was little on Adult Swim, and basically the premise is just a mouse going and doing random shit with his friends. And I'm just gonna start playing a clip, and I want you to guess why this was on the iceberg, because I honestly have no clue. Now, I do understand why somebody would put this show on this iceberg, but to be completely honest with you, in my opinion, 12-Ounce Mouse is honestly an underrated gem, and if you haven't watched it, I do recommend it.
Yeah, stand back, son. I'm about to unleash the fury of pain. Ha! Ah! See, I'm just warming up. I got him stunned now. He's worried.
Want to try this thing?
Holy crap! Yes!
Coconut Fred. Coconut Fred is known for being just a SpongeBob ripoff. Not much else to say about this entry. Bad Cat. An adaptation of a Turkish comic, Bad Cat is a film that's basically the same as Garfield, but a lot more vulgar. Animal Kingdom. Let's Go Ape. Another uncanny animated film about monkeys. Once again, not much more to say about this entry. The Legend of Cirilla. This El Dorado and Sinbad ripoff was rebranded as a Frozen ripoff once the movie was about to come out, and it was retitled Frozen Land. I'm not even sure how to pronounce the title of this entry, so I'll just put a screenshot of the actual name of it up on the screen. But essentially, it's just a Georgian Simpsons ripoff. That's it, really. Through the Mobius Ship. The ship? Through the Mobius Strip. Just another uncanny sci-fi CG film. There are a lot of these on this list. Cargo. I want you to guess what this is a ripoff of. Homeward. Brought by the same people who brought us Sharknado and Trollland. Here's Homeward. Guess what it's a ripoff of? Pixar's Onward. What a shock. A Pig's Tale. Just a poorly animated ripoff of Charlotte's Web. A Cars... Oh my... Jesus Christ. This is the 4th lowest tier, and there are still Cars ripoffs. Why are there so many Cars ripoffs? The movie didn't even do that well. It's like one of Pixar's... It's like the worst Pixar franchise. Why are there so many cars? Postman and Pat, the movie. Oh boy. When I first started researching this iceberg and I looked up Postman Pat, I was very confused because I had looked up the television show that originally aired from 1981 to 2017, which ran for 8 seasons, 12 episodes, very successful, and it was stop motion. So I was very confused. I was like, why is this on the bad animation iceberg? Then I see there's a movie behind it, and I'm like, oh boy. And the Postman Pat movie is a 2014 3D animated CG film. Yeah, you can assume why it was probably bad. Bucky and Pepito, I think that's how you pronounce it. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but it's basically just a 1959 racist cartoon. Not much more to say about it. Why? Seriously, why? Why? Why are this? Why? Why do people like making Cars ripoffs? Maybe Cars sold a lot of merchandise. Maybe that's it. Maybe Cars sold a lot of merch and toys for little kids. Maybe that's why. I'm at a loss. I don't. The Misty Green Sky. This film is legitimately so uncanny that it's giving me goosebumps right now, and I don't really want to talk about it for too long, so just take a look at that screenshot right there, and I'm just going to go ahead and let you assume why this is so low on the iceberg and why this is on the iceberg in the first place. Yeah, Dinosaur Island. Made by the same people who brought us the masterpiece Rhapsody Street Kids. Here we have a Jurassic Park ripoff, so that's cool. Tangled Up. Good God. Oh my God. I feel bad because a lot of these entries, I'm not really saying a lot, but the thing is with these entries, there's not a lot to say. A lot of these entries, they just exist just to steal money and nothing else. They're not that deep. Tangled Up, you don't even have to see the poster to know that this is a ripoff of Tangled. This is getting ridiculous. Blazing Samurai. I'm very confused about this entry because as of the making of this video, the movie hasn't even been released yet. And plus, Michael Cera is on the cast, so I'm just gonna assume it's a masterpiece. You know what? This may be upsetting to some of you guys, but I'm sure most of you won't care. But I'm just gonna go ahead and skip to the bottom tier because, to be honest with you, the stuff on the third and second to last tiers are kind of boring. So I'm just gonna go ahead and skip right to the lowest tier because that's where stuff starts to get interesting. Go for a Punch. Some weird anime about naked girls stuck in a large bathroom without doors, having a philosophical debate about never getting out of the room. After losing hope and starving for some days, everything goes downhill. They just start screaming and yelling. They all commit suicide, either by smashing their heads on the floor or scratching their necks to bloody pieces. One girl helped the other girl drown in the sink because she asked her to hold her, because she couldn't do it. I cried myself to sleep right after watching that video, because I just didn't even know anymore. Why would anyone draw that with such precision? It was goddamn horrifying. Looked 80-ish in quality. Audio too. Japanese dub, English subs. Lasted about 30 minutes. No credits, but it seemed ripped. Voices sounded very young, but Japanese sound young in their 50s. Haven't found it or seen it again. The name of this video was something along the lines of Go for a Punch or something. Well, that got dark very, very fast. This is an entire rabbit hole on itself. So I could never do it justice in this video, but if you guys do want a video of me looking into it, please let me know in the comments. But yes, for the time being, if you are interested, I suggest looking into it because it is very interesting. And the fact that no one at the moment, I think, really knows whether or not this is real or a fake anime, it makes it a very interesting case. Striking Daughter. Despite the name, this entry isn't nearly as dark as the last entry. It just happens to be a very ugly fucking anime, and literally just looking at this picture that's on the screen right now unironically gave me a headache. Like, legit. I don't know what it is, but it fucking hurt my head. Short subject. I'm assuming this is referring to the Mickey Mouse short, which if you aren't sure what I'm referring to at the moment, I'm gonna go ahead and play it. It's only a minute long. And to be honest with you, I very much like this short. I think it gets its point across. It's very short and sweet. And yeah, here it is. This is it, boys and girls, the moment we've all been waiting for, the final entry on the bad animation iceberg. Now, I'm warning you right now, if you were barely able to take Go for a Punch or short subject, do not, just don't watch the rest of the video. Leave. This entry, this is the worst shit I've seen ever. This is just dark, disgusting shit, honestly. This is the lowest of the low. There's a reason why this is the lowest on the iceberg. If you do not have a strong stomach or mind Turn around now. You will regret this. This is not safe for life. The meme movie. The last entry on the iceberg is the meme movie. No, this movie has not come out yet. Yeah. That's it. Oh no, that wasn't me trying to be funny or anything, by the way. You can go look at the iceberg. This is legitimately the last entry. So yeah, I guess we're done with that. If you want me to cover any other icebergs, I guess just leave suggestions in the comments below. And like I said earlier, if you want me to look deeper into Go for a Punch, go ahead and leave it in the comments.